For years, Canadians have been told that immigration strengthens the nation, fills labor gaps, and brings economic growth. But as we enter 2025, another truth is emerging, one that few are willing to confront publicly. Across factories, offices, hospitals, tech hubs, and construction sites, more and more Canadians say they are being pushed aside in favor of foreign workers, most notably from India, the now dominant force shaping Canada's labor market. At the same time, thousands are being quietly deported from the country, and the question nobody wants to ask is this: who is truly benefiting from this shift? And why is the Canadian worker losing ground in their own nation? Tonight, we investigate how immigration policy, international recruitment, and economic restructuring transformed Canada's job market, how Indian arrivals became the most strategically positioned workforce, and who stands at risk as deportation numbers climb. Chapter 1: Canada's Job Market in 2025, A Healthy Economy. Canadians don't feel. The government reports that unemployment recently declined, yet across the country, everyday Canadians are struggling to secure stable employment. Official data claims the economy has strengthened, but those same figures obscure the fact that many Canadians are now underemployed, stuck in temporary or part-time work, despite having experience, qualifications, and roots in the country. Manufacturing and goods production jobs have declined, forcing many into service-based or lower-paying roles just to survive rising rent, grocery, and transportation costs. In major cities like Toronto, Vancouver, Calgary, and Edmonton, Canadian workers feel a growing disconnect. Even as official reports suggest improvement, they feel left behind. Many have submitted dozens of applications without success. Employers cite lack of local experience, yet these positions are being filled by recent international hires. Skilled positions in tech, finance, healthcare, and engineering are filled faster by international candidates than Canadians who have lived and worked in-country for years. The issue is not that Canadians do not want work. It's that the structure of the system is slowly squeezing them out. Corporate desire for fast transitional workers, partnered with government-mandated intake targets, prioritizing foreign labor, has strategically positioned India as the dominant source of new talent. For many Canadians, finding a job now feels like a race they were never allowed to enter. Chapter 2: Rising Indian Immigration. How one country became Canada's largest workforce source. India has now become the largest source of newcomers to Canada. This was not accidental. For over a decade, the system strategically favored workers and students from India based on labor demands and international partnerships. As a result, Indian professionals, particularly in IT, engineering, health sciences, and financial services, are entering the workforce at a rapid and unprecedented rate. What once was a gradual influx has now become a major demographic shift. Recent numbers indicate tens of thousands of Indian nationals transitioning from temporary study or work permits directly into permanent residency or citizenship in a short span of time. Employers and recruiters are increasingly targeting candidates in India before even advertising roles locally in Canada. For many businesses, importing trained talent from abroad is faster, cheaper, and requires less onboarding. While immigrants from India are legally following the process, the unintended outcome is clear. Many are being positioned into the workforce ahead of Canadian-born candidates. As the demand for globally fluent workers grows, Canadian-born applicants, who assume they should naturally be prioritized, are shocked to learn that companies often prefer applicants from abroad due to international ties, wage control strategies, and immigration incentives. The immigration trend is accelerating faster than domestic policies can adapt, and for Canadian workers, that shift has created a silent disadvantage. Chapter 3. Why employers choose Indian workers over Canadians. Many international workers arrive in Canada already pre-qualified through study programs or specialized skill pipelines. These individuals often have completed internships or temporary work placements as part of their immigration pathway, giving them credibility with employers even before Canadians apply. Companies describe these candidates as adaptable, eager, and willing to relocate quickly. They are often open to contractual work or extended hours and may accept lower compensation packages for the same roles that a Canadian worker would contest. This economic factor alone is a major driver in hiring preference. Businesses maximize profitability when hiring workers conditioned toward rapid compliance. Meanwhile, a Canadian worker who has grown in the workforce expecting job security, fair wages, and stability is perceived as less flexible. Employers cite Canadian wage expectations and long-term commitment requests as reasons local applicants are passed over. The preference is subtle, yet real. On paper, Canada invites foreign workers to fill shortages. In practice, it has built a system that conditions employers to choose the international stream first. This quiet restructuring has created a competitive imbalance that most Canadians never saw coming. If this investigation is opening your eyes to what's really happening in Canada's workforce, don't just watch this pass by. Click subscribe right now and help us reach 10,000 Canadians seeking truth. Stand with us by joining the Silver membership for only $2.99 a month, so we can keep producing bold content without being silenced. Your support ensures this information reaches those who need it most. Chapter 4. Deportations rising in Canada. But who is actually being removed? Canada has seen a noticeable rise in deportations over the last year. Thousands of individuals have been forcibly removed, particularly those who had refugee claims rejected, overstayed temporary status, or lost legal eligibility. While headlines focus on illegal entry or criminal activity, many removals involve people who simply couldn't navigate the complex legal landscape or lost employment required to maintain visa status. A pattern is emerging. Lower-skilled migrants, often from nations with weaker diplomatic protection or limited advocacy resources, face removal with little support. Meanwhile, higher-educated entrants, especially those already integrated into economic roles, experience protection, expedited review, or policy extensions. The irony is alarming. While lower-skilled foreign workers are being deported, higher-skilled immigrants, many from India, are rapidly transitioning to permanent status. The question arises, is the government removing those it no longer needs while retaining those who fill economic gaps? Is immigration policy strategically filtering for economic advantage rather than humanitarian fairness? It appears Canada is now enforcing selective removals while refining its workforce for a competitive edge. Chapter 5. Are Canadians being quietly replaced? Canadian citizens are not being deported, but some argue that they are being displaced. Job postings in key sectors increasingly favor applicants with international work experience categories, often targeting Indian professionals by default. Tech companies, financial institutions, and healthcare agencies openly recruit in Indian markets, sometimes filling full teams before a single Canadian resume is viewed. On top of this, many Canadians find themselves competing not only with new immigrants, but also with government-endorsed initiatives that fund integration programs, prioritizing non-citizen candidacy. Canadians who do apply for the same jobs often hear that they've been passed over due to lack of recent specialized experience. As the hiring system evolves, Canadians may find themselves living in a country where they are no longer the primary beneficiaries of labor policies. The model that once prioritized citizens in economic opportunity has transitioned toward an approach that scales global competitiveness, even at the cost of local preference. Some say this will make Canada stronger in the long term. Others believe this is how nations lose identity, sovereignty, and internal balance. What is clear is that Canadians are increasingly asking, where do we fit in this new economy? Chapter 6. What Canadians must do. Next. The truth is, immigration is not the enemy. Lack of strategic protection for the Canadian workforce is. If Canada intends to maintain economic strength, it must ensure that its citizens are not sidelined in their own labor force. Canadians must adapt not by competing against immigrants, but by understanding how the system works and using that knowledge strategically. Reskilling, demanding transparency, and advocating for policy changes to protect local labor are no longer optional, they are mandatory. At the same time, Canadians must ask their leaders to clarify who benefits from immigration policies and why some groups gain protection while others are subject to removal. Citizens deserve to know why job pathways prioritize incoming applicants instead of developing qualified people already within the nation. Canada can embrace immigration while still ensuring a stable future for its own people. The question is whether that shift will happen through thoughtful leadership or through public pressure when the consequences become too visible to ignore. If you believe this conversation must continue, if you feel Canadians deserve fairness, opportunity, and truth, then help us push this message forward. Subscribe now, like this video, and share it with someone who needs to see it. If you support our purpose of cutting through confusion with real investigative content, join the Silver membership for only $2.99 a month. This channel survives because viewers like you refuse to accept silence over truth. Canada is changing. The job market is shifting. And if Canadians don't speak up now, we may wake up tomorrow asking how we lost control of our own future. Thank you for watching. Stay informed. Stay vigilant. We'll continue to uncover what others won't say, because someone has to.